Yo guys, welcome back to Really Mate. I'm Dorsey and today we're watching Game of Thrones Season 1 Episode 7. Last episode we learned that Joffrey is Jaime and the Queen's son, which I don't know how I didn't put two and two together, to be honest with you. Especially with their relationship, anything is possible. Plus Joffrey's kind of weird, to be honest. But yeah, the way that Ned found out was actually quite interesting. He went through the book and found out that all of the Baratheons before Robert had black hair or brown hair, and obviously Joffrey doesn't. He's got the blonde hair like the Lannisters. But I thought it was a really cool way that they revealed it, to be honest with you, instead of just telling you outright. But yeah, I think that's really interesting as well because, of course, that just adds something else to the mix. That's of the already just mess that is King's Landing at the minute. Ned wants Tyrion Lannister to answer for what happened, what the Mountain was doing to, I think it was village people, murdering them and stuff like that. That in itself causes problems, being that Robert said that he was half a kingdom in debt to the Lannisters or something like that. Which means that the Lannisters have power, and when you go against them, that's just, of course, going to cause problems. But yeah, I think it shows what type of person Ned is, though, that it doesn't matter who you are, what you've done. If you've done wrong, you've done wrong, and it's as simple as that, and you pay for what you've done. But yeah, Viserys finally got what was coming to him. Very brutal way too. I said in the last episode, it couldn't have happened to a nicer person. I was very surprised Daenerys just stood and watched, though. Like, she's definitely changed from the first episode because she seemed very, very timid in the first episode. Of course, she was still kind of under the control of her brother. And since she got married, she's just completely come out of her shell and embraced the Dothraki way. So yeah, quite the character arc for her. I can see her in the future being very important too, just the way everything's shaping up, and there's definitely a war coming. So if you haven't already, leave a like, comment and a subscribe. To those who have already, you know I love you. Thank you for watching the video either way. And before I forget, in the comments, tell me something else I should watch. Of course, we're watching Game of Thrones, but I'd love to watch other shows too. If anybody wants me to watch anything, just let me know. And yeah, without further ado, I say we get into it. Game of Thrones, Season 1, Episode 7.
Fortnight I'll be branded an enemy of the crown. Poor Ned Stark. Brave man, terrible judgment.
Attacking him was stupid.
Is that a real animal?
Catelyn Stark took my brother.
Who's this guy?
When you hear them whispering Kingslayer behind your back, doesn't it bother you?
Of course it bothers me.
A lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of the sheep.
That's a hell of a line.
But your vanity got in the way of your recklessness. I'm giving you half of our forces, 30,000 men.
That's a lot of men.
I didn't realize you placed such a high value on my brother's life.
He's a Lannister. Might be the lowest of the Lannisters, but he's one of us.
Is this Tyrion?
All of us rotting in the ground. It's the family name that lives on. It's all that lives on. Not your personal glory, not your honor, but family.
Do you understand?
He seems very smart, I'm not gonna lie. Like calculated almost.
As the Targaryens did. I need you to become the man you were always meant to be. Not next year, not tomorrow.
That's pretty motivating. They seem very power hungry, the Lannisters. And you can see they definitely get it from their father. I noticed that he's butchering a stag as well, which I think is their, like, animal, right?
Has he done this before?
Jamie would have killed him. My brother's worth 1,000 of your friend.
Your brother? Or your lover?
Ooh.
Do you love your children?
With all my heart.
No more than I love mine.
And they're all genies.
Thank the gods.
Do you mean thank the gods?
And that night he crawled on top of me stinking of wine and did what little he could do. And whispered in my ear, Lyanna.
Oh,
Your sister was a corpse and I was a living girl and he loved her more than me.
that's rough.
When the king
You've
returns
no
from his
excuse to
hunts,
be
I'll tell him the truth.
shagging your brother, though.
Oh, but it was. When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
She said it. Some real tension going on with these conversations, though. I've said this a couple of episodes now, but
I learned that I'll never win. Not that way. That's their game. Their rules. I'm not going to fight them. I'm going to fuck them.
And what do you want?
Oh, everything, my dear. Everything there is.
I knew Littlefinger was up to something. He said it himself, he's not a fighter, so he's going to do it in different ways. Just the way he was looking at Ned, kind of like a devil in his ear sort of thing.
Where's it you come from?
The Iron Islands.
They're far away.
You've never heard of the Iron Islands?
Trust me. You've never heard where I'm from, neither.
I feel like he would have been nice to her because she's pretty much in a situation that he was in, though.
Just don't understand how you Southerners do things.
I'm not a Southerner.
You're from south of the Wall. That makes you a Southerner to me.
Wait, she's from north of the Wall? So that's why it's like really dangerous, right?
Theon Greyjoy. The lady is our guest.
Thought she was our prisoner.
Are the two mutually exclusive in your experience?
Yeah. Literally just called them out for it, basically.
Meant to get much further south than this. As far south as south goes. Before the long night comes.
Trying to get away from winter.
The things you speak of, they've been gone for thousands of years.
They wasn't gone, old man. They were sleeping. And they ain't sleeping no.
These are the things from episode 1. Like White Walkers and things like that. I mean, she's from north of the Wall, so it would make sense.
Riders! The horn! We have to blow the horn! Why is he alone?
Hmm.
2 for wildlings. 3. There's no rider.
Well, that can't be good.
That's my Uncle Benjamin's horse. Where's my uncle?
That's really not good.
Robert. We were hunting a bull.
Wait, what?
More time with you. Shown you how to be a man.
There's something very convenient about him getting hurt. I don't think it was a boar. Because his brother also wants to be king. But then again, he's alive, so he would say something. This show makes me just paranoid.
My fault.
That was just out of the blue, the fact that he's...
wine. Missed my thrust.
So is he going to die? Oh. Ow. Probably.
Stinks. I want the funeral feast to be the biggest the kingdoms ever saw. And I want everyone to taste the boar that got me.
Ah. That's quite sad. That's really sad, I'm not gonna lie. I wonder how Ned must be feeling.
The name of Robert, of the House Baratheon. First of... You know how it goes. Fill in the damn title. Of House Stark, titles. To serve as Lord Regent and Protector of the Realm upon my death. To rule
Oh
in my
wow,
stead
so he's gonna...
until my son Joffrey comes of age.
So he's giving him the throne until Joffrey's... But wait, Joffrey's not even his son? That's good. That was smart of Ned. Definitely don't give it to Joffrey.
Dead. At least they'll say I did this right, this one thing. You'll rule now. You'll hate it worse than I did. But you'll do it well.
At least he's showing remorse.
No one to tell me no but you. Only you.
Oh man.
Let her live. Stop it if it's not too
Oh
late.
wow. I genuinely didn't expect this from Robert. It's like he was admitting that he's done a lot of things wrong, you know, and at least, you know, at the end he admitted it. That he wasn't the perfect king, at least. It surprises me that he said not to kill Daenerys, though.
I wonder, Sir Barristan, who gave the king this wine?
His squire, from the king's own skin. His squire, the Lannister boy.
And I do hope the poor lad does not blame himself.
Wait, huh?
Whatever arrangements you made, unmake them at once.
I'm afraid those birds have flown. The girl is likely dead already.
Everyone's got their own thing, man. Everyone is trying to just twist things to go their way. Far too messy. Are they implying that he might have been poisoned by that wine? Maybe it like slowed him down so he got hit by the ball. What, like, why did they mention the wine? These two are really in love now, eh? Not the way I expected that to go.
The spider sends his greetings and his congratulations. A royal pardon. You can go home now.
Oh, they gave him a pardon. Which means his job's done. Is that because Viserys is gone?
And Princess of the Seven Kingdoms.
Princess?
Rise. I'd still like to taste that wine.
That?
Well, that's a bit suspicious.
Red from the arbor. Nectar of the gods. Let me give you a cask.
A lot of poison going around.
You pay your kindness someday.
Yeah, let him drink it.
Tell me that is not the finest wine that has ever touched your tongue.
Oh yeah, he's 100% like... I wonder who sent him. Was it the... Is it the spider? The bald guy, the eunuch.
I'm no ranger. Is the steward's life for me?
There's honour in being a steward.
Not much, really. But there's food.
Sam seems like he'd be a good friend.
Here, you begin.
Someone you'd need when you're in absolute shit show.
You want to take your vow before a heart tree, as your uncle did?
Yes, my lord.
You find a whirlwood a mile north of the wall, and your own.
So I've heard this before, old gods and new gods.
Might I go as well?
If anybody can explain that to me.
No.
As long as there's no spoilers, obviously.
Named in the light of the seven.
Cromwell to the stewards, Makar to the rangers, Darien to the stewards, Balian to the rangers, Rast to the rangers, John to the stewards, Rancer to the builder, Ichiel
Didn't
to
John
the
want to
builder,
be a
Frodo
ranger?
to the stewards, Nico to the rangers, Escan to the rangers.
So that guy, yeah, that guy's just got something against John then. Because he thinks he was messing around in training or whatever. That's very petty though, why would you do that?
Jon Snow, Lord Commander Mormont has requested you for his personal steward.
Will I serve the Lord Commander's meals and fetch hot water for his bath?
Certainly. And keep
Oh,
a fire burning
God.
in his chambers. Change
That is definitely not the type of work for John.
Commander requires of you.
He's literally a Stark.
By the time Robert dies, it will be too late for the both of us.
What about Stannis?
Saving the Seven Kingdoms from Cersei and delivering them to Stannis. You have odd notions about protecting the realm.
Stannis is your older brother.
This isn't about the bloody line of succession. That didn't matter when you rebelled against the Mad King. It shouldn't matter now. What's best for the kingdoms? What's best for the people we rule? We all know what Stannis is. He inspires.
So this
no
guy
love
brings
or
up good
loyalty.
points.
He's not a king.
But Ned can see straight through him.
I am.
And knows that that's what he wants. He knows he wants to be king. As do many people.
My Lord Protector.
The king has no troop.
I want to know what Littlefinger's up to.
Rules, you need only reach out and take it. Make peace with the Lannisters. Release the imp. Wed your daughter to Joffrey. We've plenty of time to get rid of
Ned's
Stannis
slowly
and
realising he
Joffrey's
doesn't
likely
give a
to cause problems when he
shit,
comes into his
to be
throne.
honest.
We simply reveal his little secret and seat Lord Renly there instead.
This is all just part of a plan. At one point I thought Littlefinger was like a good guy, but clearly he has his own plans just as everyone else does. I feel bad for Ned because he's just got hooks in him going this way then that way then.
He's gone. He will never leave you alone. If you ride to Darkest Ashai, his assassins will follow you. If you sailed all the way to the Basilisk Isles, his spies would tell him he will.
This is crazy because he doesn't actually want her dead now. You imagine him standing over you like that? I'd shit me pants. Okay. It seems this might be it then. She just looks like she's just attracted to him, to be honest.
Lord Stark, King Joffrey and the Queen Regent request your presence in the throne.
King?
King Joffrey?
King Robert is gone.
Oh no.
Here, Lord Renly has left the city. He rode through the Old Gate an hour before dawn with Sir
The way he's looking at Ned there, I hate it.
Baratheon and Lannister, the first of his name. King of the Andals and the First Men, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms.
How is this gonna go? It might really kick off here.
To rule as regent until the heir come of age.
Don't give her it.
Letter, Sir Barristan.
She's only gonna say it's fake or something.
Is this meant to be your shield, Lord Stark?
Those were the king's words.
Yep.
We have a new king.
You bitch.
You condemn yourself with your own mouth, Lord Stark. Sir Barristan seized this traitor.
Sir Barristan is a good man, a loyal man. Do him no harm.
This isn't good.
Commander! Take the Queen and her children into custody.
Oh, it's
Escort
about
them
to
back
kick
the royal
off.
apartments and keep them there. Tell your men to lay down their swords. No one needs to die.
With air calling shots, that's just not happening. Oh no. Wait, what the?
I did warn you not to trust
Oh, you prick. Oh my god. I knew he was up to something. Right guys, we just got done with season 1, episode 7 of Game of Thrones, and it was another unbelievable episode. Shit has well and truly hit the fan in King's Landing, let's just say that. So much going on there. You can see with just people talking to Ned that they're just pulling them from here to there, to over here to over there, all trying to basically get their... they're trying to influence them to get what they want and to sway it in their favour, basically. Very, very interesting. Good writing too. Good writing. The king, Robert, has just died suddenly. Genuinely just didn't expect that at all. I thought he would have been killed in some sort of battle or picking a fight that he can't win. You know, with him being older and a lot fatter and slower and just a drunk now. But obviously still being very confident in himself. I would have thought that that's how he would have went out, but to go out to a bar is crazy, to be honest. I just didn't expect it at all. I said earlier that I thought his brother would have done it, but obviously not if Robert was still alive and said it was the bar. Robert on his deathbed seemed like he was pretty much saying like, you need to help me, Ned, because I understand what's going on. If that's the case, he's left it a little bit too late. But he just seemed very remorseful, I think's the word. He even said don't go after Daenerys anymore, so that will in itself tell you something. Joffrey is sitting on that throne and I just don't like it at all. I don't see that staying like that for very long. Of course, the episode ended on quite the cliffhanger. I really do wonder how this is going to turn out. A lot of moving parts going on, but I expected Joffrey to take the throne at some point, just not this early on in the actual show. So yeah, but it's obviously not good having Joffrey there or any Lannister on the throne for that matter. Jon has sworn into the Watch. Obviously, it's not the position he wanted, but he's still, you know, there. And like Sam said, he can learn from the position that he's going to be taken. Definitely think it was payback for messing around during training, to be honest with you. If in my eyes, if you're good enough to do it, you're good enough to do it, and you should just... Jon clearly is, and he should go... he should be on the front line, you know, and he shouldn't be just like a lackey to the commander. But I don't think he'll stay there long. I think something's going to happen to where he's going to, you know, show his worth. I mean, he's a Stark after all, and one thing I can definitely tell from watching this show is that if you're a Stark, you're a warrior, you're a fighter. So yeah, definitely going to be interesting watching on though. I have to say, it's come to a head now, and we've got, I think, 2 episodes left of the season. So these next 2 episodes are going to be jam-packed, I can imagine, with a lot of things going on. I don't know how you can get much more than what's already going on, to be honest, because there's just all sorts going on. If you haven't already, leave a like, comment and a subscribe. Maybe even suggest something down below what I should watch that isn't Game of Thrones. We could do other shows, you know. Obviously, I'll continue to do Game of Thrones, but I want to move forward into other things, maybe movies and other TV shows. So any suggestions, just leave them down below. I think we'll leave it there, to be honest with you. Great episode, can't wait for the next one. And yeah, I'll see you all later. Bye.